What's happening, YouTube? Craven YGO here. Welcome to the channel. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to be going over a couple things, mainly the one card combo. I made a deck profile not long ago, Chaos Max Dragon Link. Some people wanted to know a little bit more. I figured out a one card combo to run the entire build. Full board, one card. We'll get right into it. Pretty common. Opening up the 3 Black Metal Dragon. Darkness Metal, pretty common for Dragon Link. Running the 3 Noctovision. Gotta draw. Gotta get those draws in. Helps you out immensely. Duo Tracer. I would recommend getting a third. When I go to the next locals that I can get to, I will be picking up a third. Other duo is the Brotor Levianeer combo. Brotor is the dedicated LP summon for the deck. White and Black Dragon. And then the standard, pretty standard Vylon Cube summon off Halqifibrax, Phalanx, Absol and Silver Rocket with the extra deck lockout with Buster Welt. Or Dragon Buster Destruction Sword, I'm sorry. And then I went hardcore for you guys. I thought it would be more aesthetically pleasing. Get that Max Gold Blue Eyes, Max Gold Dark Magician, Max Gold Red Eyes. Yes, I run one of each in this build because I play Chaos Max. Got to have the Blue Eyes for the Chaos Max, and then you got to have the Dark Magician and the Red Eyes for Dragoon. Run all those. It just makes the deck better. You got a great, if you get hand trapped, you only need one more monster to go into Dragoon. It's a great last, you're like, oh crap, what am I gonna do when he does this now? So that's why I run him. He's two card Dragoon. It's great, honestly. And the combo for the deck, you don't even need to run Halqifibrax. You can do it without him. So we'll go into spell cards. Your other one card full combo. The other one is Black Metal, standard for most Dragon Links. That's your other one card. Pretty standard for most Dragon Links. One card combo is Black Metal. Triple Quick Launch. Most of the time you don't want to open Quick Launch, or don't want to start with Quick Launch, because you want to keep it for the end. Most of the time you want to start with your one card combos. And in the chance that you don't open one of those, you can use the Quick Launch and then use the Recovery. You run 3 Recovery cards. Recovery from the graveyard, so you can still get your plays off if you don't draw one of your one card starters. You're running 6, so you should, in a 40 card deck, you should definitely see them. And then we have the pretty standard Dragon Link, except the last 2 with the Red Eyes Fusion and the Advanced Ritual Art. That's really the only main difference that I've seen for most Dragon Link decks is the Chaos Max and the Dragoon. Everything else you run in a regular Dragon Link deck. Let's see, this one's important. That one's important. And you want to see that at the end. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is I'm also trying to get all the combo pieces while I'm doing the deck profile, so that it doesn't take me as long in the end, because we're at 5 minutes right now. So got to try to keep it short. One crazy good tech though that I have been, in my going first builds, that triple summon limit, man. It's just so clutch sometimes. Like sometimes, you can only go so big. Say you get Dragoon, but you can set that. Your opponent going, there's, unless they take that out, or are ready for it. But that's it, 40 cards. I'm thinking about putting some Pot of Avarice in here for some recovery, just on the off chance they're just like, and then they wipe you, and then, you get a turn 3. You can, with Pot of Avarice, you even with 2, you can pretty much full combo again. Striker and Romulus, that's pretty common. And then we have the Hulk Fibrax and the Link Cross, pretty common for Dragon Link builds. Nothing too crazy, like I've been telling you guys. Nothing outside of the ordinary. We have our Elpie, Protectowelp, Kisty, and Saryuja. Common. Predaplant, Anaconda, and Union Carrier. Gotta have those for the extra deck lockout. And Dragoon on the field. And then Synchros, we are doing the 1 Martial Metal Marcher, key to the 1 card combo. And Heralds. And then 1 Boral Savage. That just rounds out your board. There is a combo with the deck where you can put out both Heralds and cycle the Heralds to get the play going. But the 1 card combo is only 1 Herald, 1 Martial Metal Marcher. And then, last but not least, Dragoon. You gotta have it. And I guess you don't have to have it, but the deck definitely suffers if you don't have it. Because in the end board, it's much more susceptible to getting, gone over if you don't have Dragoon. But you can definitely function in the deck without using Dragoon. Pretty much anything. Okay. So what I'm going to do, we're going to run through the quick combo. We're going to go side deck first. Didn't do side deck yet. For the side, 3 Ash, pretty common. 3 Phantasme. Those pretty much almost never get put into the actual build, just because the other 9 that I'm running are much bigger impact. And in going second builds, if I can beat you the first 2 times, it's all that matters. So, turn 1, game 1, if I go first, they're going to see my build. So then they're going to be like, okay, well, now I'm going to side in some cards to stop it. So then what I do going second then, most of the time, is I'll side in some good going second cards, to really, set them off. Most of the time when I'm siding in 3 Kaijus, most of the meta is seeing that Kaijus is just, killer. Most of the cards, there's not affected by card effects. Well, it's not a card effect. Triple Nib. And the reason I'm running these 3 specific Kaijus is dark, light, light. Or dark, light, dark, light, light. That way they combo really well with one of your 1 card combos. I don't have Chaos Space. Where'd you go? Chaos Space. Wham! 1 card. Works really well. That's also an important card. You don't want to see that at the end. I want to see this at the end. Okay. And you're going to want to see that at the end. And then the last 3 that we are running is a Dark Ruler No More. That just, if your opponent sets board, you go into turn 2, you're going to pop that Dark Ruler no more, and maybe a Kaiju. I mean, I don't know. It works well for me when I'm running it. Most time not even going to get a third duel, because you're going to beat them duel 1, duel 2, and it's going to be done. I've been playing in a tournament all of November. The beginning of November was when I was running the 2-card build, and it wasn't running as well because it required putting 3 dragons on the board instead of just 1 card. This deck, though, my last 3 matches didn't even get a duel 3. I beat them going first turn 1, duel 1, and then I sided a going second build. Duel 2. I think one of the duels I ended up going first. The other 2 I went second. Made full board. Kaiju, Dark Ruler, no more. And I went over them. And then turn 3, it was over. They were done. They couldn't do anything. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do a quick run over of the 1-card combo. Because we're at 11 minutes, I can probably get it done in a couple minutes. That way, still have a small runtime video. So what you're going to want to do, the best starters for the 1-card combo are either going to be your Black Metal or your Chaos Space. Only because those are 2 cards that are going to put 2 dragons on the board. That's really all you need. 1 level 4 or lower, 1 dragon. I mean, that's it. But for your combo, you're going to want to go Black Metal, get summoned. Link off for Striker, simple Striker effect, Black Metal effect, blah, blah, blah. You get your Boot Sector and your Darkness Metal, Banish, to summon, to go, boom, into your Romulus effect to give you your Divine Lance effect to give you, that's right, I already grabbed it, to give you Phalanx, in. Now this is where the combo differs from my last video, because with this build, you do not need that bad boy right there. You can't even see it. You don't need that bad boy right there. You can use him to combo with the Vylon Cube, but you do not have to use it. So as we'll see, flip your face down. Bye-bye. Ooh, let's flip it around so you can see that booty. This one goes in a cross instead. Tokens, excuse my cheapo, token and Phalanx produces Martial Metal. Martial Metal will bring back Phalanx. Now Martial Metal and the other token will produce a Herald with the Arclight. So, and then here, this will actually be in the grave, sorry. So here, you pretty much have your standard Dragon Link play. We're not too far out of the norm. You have your Herald, you have I think most of the builds, they're not bringing back Phalanx, they're just going into, at this point, I think they would summon Hawk Fibrax. I don't know the normal play, but the way that, I'm building it, you go like this. You go Phalanx to Grave, to Link for LP. Now we're going into our standard Dragon Link to Saryuja. So these two, you'll make the Protector Whelp. There's 1/2 of your Chaos Max play. That will get you your, I always search for Chaos Max first. That way if you draw your Ritual card, you're not, you don't have to really worry about it. It's not a huge deal when you go into Saryuja then. Instead of trying to focus on getting the Levianeer to bounce the Herald, if you draw the Advanced Ritual art with Saryuja, you don't have to worry about that. You can progress into a different part of the end board instead of bouncing Herald. So here you have your Saryuja play. Guard Dragon LP effect, send a card for Brotor. Brotor is going to give you, Levianeer. This is going to go for Pisty. Pisty effect to summon back. Most of the time is Brotor, but then they all go for Saryuja. Now at this point, you want to shuffle your hand pretty good. So you've only used one card. You should at this point have theoretically, depending on if you used anything else, 7 cards. Because you'll have 4 to begin with, -5 -1 is 4, and then the Saryuja play you will draw 4 but put 3 back. I'm sorry, not 7. You should have 5 on top of you search for Blue Eyes, you search for Boot Sector. If you need to bounce the Herald with Levianeer, Levianeer's in your hand. If you don't need it and say you drew Advanced Ritual, there's another card. So you should have, I would say, minimum 7-8 cards in your hand. So this end board is produced by what I would recommend, what you want to see. Chaos Max in the Advanced Ritual art. You want to see your Boot Sector and Tracer, or your Quick Launch and another card to pop with Tracer. It's normally easier for you to do the Quick Launch because you Quick Launch, put Tracer on the board, Tracer pops Quick Launch, and then you can go into your Boral Savage play. You want to have the Levianeer in your hand just in case you don't, you don't draw the Advanced Ritual art. The light only banish summons Herald again, and then you get your other half of Chaos Max. Most of the time you're going to want to see a Chaos Space, because depending on how many cards in your hand, you can send a monster with Chaos Space, and then that's effectively drawing you, I think, 4 cards, because you'll have the Collapse Serpent, you'll have the Wyvern Burster, you'll have then the Chaos Space pushback or banish to draw a card, and then you will also have, but then you have to cycle back whichever monster whichever black or white dragon that you banish to summon the other one, you put it back in the deck, and then when the other one goes, you can then research for it, but you cannot special summon it. And then the icing on the cake, you want to see a summon limit. You want to limit your opponent, and that whole combo, everything, is without Hawk Fibrax. At this point, you're just pouring monsters on the board to build your final board. Which final board on this? You want to see this. You want to see that. And then the extra deck lockout on Chaos Max. Just on the off chance, they have to go through multiple things, especially if you have summon limit. Like if this is sitting here, it's a very imposing board if you don't know that summon limit is just sitting right there. Like if you didn't know summon limit was there and you were going turn 2, you're gonna have some problems, because what's just gonna happen, you're gonna draw and be like summon limit, and then you're gonna look at my board and we'll be like, shit, well, I gotta hit Chaos Max because that's extra deck lockout. Gotta hit summon limit because even if I hit summon limit, Chaos Max extra deck locks me out. And then you're also contending with 2 negations on top of that. Honestly, it's definitely not unbeatable, but for a 1-card combo, it's pretty freaking impressive. I'm honestly surprised that I was able to fit everything together. And honestly, it's really not super far from the standard Dragon Link. I wouldn't be surprised if more people started playing it. I would definitely recommend looking into it, because it is that kind of thing where it's like it catches people off guard. Like if you can just especially if you're going turn 2 and the person doesn't know what you're playing, and you just drop the Chaos Max, Union Carrier, Equip, you're getting it 5,300, anything 1,300 or less defense, it's game over. You just boom game. Going into game 2 or whatever. It's all about that, element of surprise, element of just being like Chaos Max game. That's really what it comes down to, controlling this. You have to control not only your board, but your opponent's board, what they're putting on, how they're going to counter you. Now, don't get me wrong, my side deck, you hit Chaos Max with one of those and you pop the summon limit, or you hit a Dark Ruler no more or something, it's definitely not unbeatable, but by all means, you pop something like that, we're in the game, dude. And then that's where I'm thinking about the Pot of Avarice. Definitely the Pot of Avarice. I don't know if I'm going to side it or just put 2 in, because if this happens, they clear my board, whatever, they don't kill me. Say I top deck a Pot of Avarice, I'm back in. We're back in this, because I can cycle all the stuff back for Dragoon. I didn't use Halki Fibrax, so I could still, cycle back Link Cross to, abuse Vylon Cube. It just depends on, I'm really thinking heavy about it, but it just depends on what you guys want to do with your own builds. You don't have to run the Dragoon build. That frees up a couple spots for, extenders and stuff, World Legacy Succession, Upstart Goblin, there's all kinds of things. Definitely let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out, immensely. Let me know what you guys think. I can't wait to hear from you guys. Duelists around the world, be good to each other. Don't belittle. Play from the heart. That's the only way that you're gonna get the heart of the cards. Peace.